All right. So, Lauren, I want to say thank you so much for accepting my invitation to come on the podcast. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so thrilled to be here.
Yes, yes. So, we're going to get right to it, okay?
Let's do it.
All right. So, first question, talk about your life story from your childhood all the way up to now.
Oh my gosh, wow, what a tall order. So I'm the daughter of an alcoholic. I grew up in an abusive childhood home. But I had the most amazing mom. My mom is my hero. She protected me from my dad. She's the person who would not eat lunch so she could afford gas money to get me to ballet lessons.
Okay.
And by the way, I later became a professional ballerina.
Nice.
Yes. So like when I say my mom is my hero, like I mean that in every sense of the word.
Right.
And from the age of 5, I knew I wanted to be a lawyer. I thought at 5, I could be a lawyer by day, ballerina by night.
Okay.
Did not know that you cannot do those two things simultaneously.
Right.
But when you're 5, you think you can be a princess and an astronaut, right? Well, I thought I could be a lawyer and a ballerina, but I learned I couldn't do that later. But I would watch Law and Order and see these powerful women who just were incredible and so, I didn't know the word then, eloquent, but
Right.
so eloquent and so just smart and strong and maternal and amazing. And they were not victims, right? Like they were just so powerful. And I knew that was what I needed to be to overcome my circumstances.
Right.
And so then I worked all the way through high school, top of my class, went to USC, top of my class, Northwestern Law, top of my class.
Nice.
You sensing a trend?
Oh yeah, upward, upward. Yes.
I mean, and so I became a privacy regulatory compliance attorney, and for the past 15 years have been just creating privacy and compliance programs for multinational companies in healthcare, and really just making sure that these companies do the right thing by patients, by regulators, so that we create products and services that help people, that save lives. I always joke, I'm not smart enough to be a doctor or a scientist. I'm only smart enough to be a lawyer, but I use that lawyer skill to save lives. And I really believe that strongly. And I'm so blessed to do the type of law that I do. But 2 years ago, I suffered a pulmonary embolism.
Oh.
And it came about because of stress and a lot of other things. And I've been disabled ever since. And I haven't been able to practice law. So what I've done instead is turn my disability into turn my ashes into Phoenix Rising, as it were.
Nice.
And now I speak as a keynote speaker on leadership, trying to make leadership more human, more empathetic, more authentic. And I speak on burnout and accessibility and try to prevent what happened to me from happening to others.
Right.
And also, AI saved me. I had to relearn how to read through AI. And I want AI to be seen as a tool for positive and a tool to help facilitate people's work, and not something that's super scary, like I'm going to be replaced with AI.
Yeah.
Yes, that is something that could happen. I don't want people to think that I'm Pollyanna-ish about those scary possibilities. But AI when used properly, can actually be a tool for participation
Right.
and a tool to increase capacity and a tool for people who need help, whether that's neurodiversity, whether that's disability, whatever that otherness is.
Right.
It can actually be used to help people. And it helped me relearn how to read. I'm a lawyer who had to learn how to read Snow White again.
Right.
And it worked for me. And I am here today to speak about that burnout and accessibility and humanity and leadership.
Right. Hey, you gotta go through the trials and tribulations through life, right?
And you have to rise above them. If you let those things define you and you wallow in them, I mean, you have to grieve.
Right.
Like, let me make the space for that. You have to grieve, but you have to surrender to the person you are now. Grieve the person you once were, but surrender and meet the person you are now, and accept that that person is beautiful too
Right.
and powerful, and look at the person that you can be and how that person can also still change the world.
Absolutely. You go through different phases in life, different versions of yourself.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And if you would have told me like 6 months ago, I would even be on this podcast, I wouldn't have believed you
Mm.
because we couldn't have even had this conversation. I was not healthy enough,
Right.
but I've turned a corner health wise in the best way possible. I owe it to my integrated medicine specialist and who is amazing. Integrated medicine, by the way, so amazing as a practice. I won't mention any specific names, but like it's an amazing new developing field of medicine.
Okay.
And um I would not have been able to be here on this podcast or even like living the life I'm living right now, but for that field. And it kind of combines Eastern, Western, and kind of holistic practice. And, it's really incredible what you can do when you have a positive mindset.
Right.
And that's a big part of it. That internal pharmacy is so important, and the mindset is a big part of that.
Absolutely. Mindset is key.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Totally.
So your next question is, you said burnout is often a system bug, not a
Yes.
personal failure. What does that actually mean in practice?
I'll tell you what it means. So, the systems are created such that when we think about work, if we were building a bridge, if the bridge falls, do we blame the bridge? Or do we blame the builders? Do we blame the construction plans? Do we say, gosh, that bridge, it was just weak. It didn't do a good enough job. No, we look at the plans. In my world, in compliance, in healthcare, if we have a product or a service that is causing harm, we investigate it. We issue a recall. We look at the system that created the flaw and we investigate it and create a new quality infrastructure to reissue the product or service and then reissue it to the public. We don't blame the user. So why, when it comes to burnout, do we say, do more yoga, do breath work, take more PTO? This is why I say it's a system flaw and not a personal one. We too often look at work and we say unmanageable workloads, stress that is never ending, capacity at 100% of the time, constant sprint modes.
Right.
All of those things are expected. But why?
Right.
Those are designed. Well, designs can be redesigned. those don't have to be present all the time. That is a leadership decision.
Right.
So why are leaders not understanding that their workforce are human and their workforce have capacity limits and their workforce is burnt out? If your best people are constantly burning out, constantly on the verge of stress, that is not the issue with those individuals. That is a system flaw.
Yep.
So that is why I come to call it a system flaw. And again, that's why I also say you need to lead with heart. And heart is my framework that I've come up with. So what that means is you humanize, you create environments that support appropriate leadership. You create alignment with your values to support appropriate infrastructure that allow people to take breaks, not work at full capacity. You create resilience. Now, not resilience like push 100%, 100% of the time, because that's not true resilience.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Resilience isn't burn people out and they come back. No. No.
Nope.
Because that's what people expected of me when I burnt out.
Right.
They thought I would just come back, and I didn't. I came back disabled. Resilience is you allow people to rest and recover, and then they come back, but you're not burning them out.
Right.
And then you build trust. So heart, HEART, humanize, environment, alignment, resilience, and trust.
I like that because there's so
Thank
many.
you.
You're welcome. So there's so many companies like they feel like they crack the whip on their employees to make them work harder. They're going to get the best version of them. Like, no, you're slowly draining their personality, their morale, and energy right out of them. So you're not going to get the best version of them, and your company is going to suffer for it in the long run.
Absolutely. I mean, how can anyone operating at full capacity be their best selves?
Right.
I mean, anyone who is sleep deprived. I mean, look at any parent who has just had a child,
Right.
right?
Yep.
Any person who is working under a deadline. Are you your best self? Absolutely not.
You're feeling the pressure.
You're feeling the pressure.
Yep.
You're feeling that sleep deprivation. I mean, my poor husband. So my husband is another lawyer.
Okay.
He's going through a horrible week this week. It's his boss is leaving for a wonderful position. We're very proud and excited for her.
Okay.
But it's really stressful because he's going to become interim general counsel. And it's going to put a lot of pressure on him in the meantime. And you know, that pressure alone, just of this week, I've seen a difference in his capabilities.
Right.
So, you know, again, I'm his wife.
Yep.
I'm supposed to be in tune to, you know, his mood swings and his capabilities, but so too should his leaders.
Yes.
His leaders should understand, hey, wow, Mike Wu might need a little extra support.
Yes.
As he steps up into this interim general counsel role. And I hope my husband's not embarrassed by me calling him out. But he's an amazing attorney, and he is such an incredible man and husband.
Right.
But like, again, he's stepping into this role that isn't defined in his job description. And how many of your listeners are doing exactly that? Stepping into roles that are not in their job description and being expected to perform at this additional level. It happens all the time.
Yes.
It really does. And so, and then not, my husband doesn't want the general counsel role, so he's excised from this discussion.
Yes.
But how often does someone want that role and they don't get it?
Right.
And yet they've put in the work, they've put in the sweat equity, they've done everything, and the stress.
Yes.
They carried the team through this tumultuous time.
Right.
And yet they don't get the role. I've seen that happen time and time again. And it's disheartening for the team. It's disheartening for that individual. Again, my husband doesn't want that role, so
No,
this
he's
doesn't
like, no, thank
feel
you.
good for
I'm
him.
good. Right.
He's safe.
Yeah,
He's
that's the most important thing. He is safe.
yeah, he's good. He's totally good. He loves being the number two. He's like very happy, but like
Yeah, that's a huge difference from 2 to 1.
huge difference. He loves being in that position. It's great. But I think a lot of it depends on who they hire
Yeah.
in that number one position.
Yep.
And he and I have talked a lot about that. Like especially both being lawyers, the philosophy of the general counsel that comes in is so important, and that's true across leadership
Yep.
around no matter what role you're in,
Right.
right? Like how do they handle upward reporting, downward reporting, 360 reporting, etc. Like what does that look like? Because those relationships are so important.
Right. Absolutely. Relationships are key at work. Team building.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So, your next question is, you work in a highly technical legal space, but you talk a lot about empathy. Why do you
Yes.
believe empathy is a strategic leadership skill, not just a personality trait?
That is such a great question, and I'll tell you why. Empathy is data,
Right.
and that makes it both highly technical but highly personal. So I personally think, and I'm going to be a little biased here because I am a woman, but
Okay.
I personally think empathy is one of women's superpowers. We can walk into almost any room, and we've been trained since birth to read the room,
Right.
right? Like whether that's because of safety, whether that's because of, being trained not to be too loud, to not to be too quiet, to smile more, to smile less,
Yes.
to whatever we've been trained to do. We've been trained to read the room. And
Absolutely.
so we have insane emotional intelligence. And our empathy skills are super high.
Right.
Now, I also think many men have incredible empathy. I think my husband has incredible empathy.
Okay.
I feel like you, Des, have
Yeah.
pretty good empathy, by the way. Like, I'm picking up on it.
Ah.
And I feel like the more empathy people have, the better they are as leaders because they're able to really pick up on the additional data that they can pull
Yep.
from their employees, from their peers, and from the leaders above them.
Right.
You're able to really sense what's going on kind of below what's being talked about
Right.
and really, again, read that room, kind of get that subtext, And again, that's additional data. So that's data that you can add to your analysis,
Right.
to how you lead, and ultimately that makes you a better leader. If data is knowledge
Yep.
or knowledge is power, then ultimately that makes you very powerful as a leader.
Absolutely.
And empathy also makes you more human. And I ultimately think that the more human you are, the better leader you are. And I truly believe that. I think the old models of leader by authority and leader by like strength and those old models, those models are dying, especially with the newer generations.
Right.
They do not respond to that. They respond more to humanity and empathy, and I think like Gen Alpha especially responds much more to empathetic, authentic leaders.
Yep.
And that is how our generation, yours and mine,
Yep.
does can
Mm-hmm.
do better at leading.
Yep.
And that is how we're going to go forward in the future.
Absolutely. I totally agree. It's One day at a time. It's steps. It's the whole process. It's a whole journey.
Totally. Totally.
Absolutely. I must say before we get to the next question, I love your energy and positivity.
That is, I am nothing if not positive. That is true. I have gotten feedback before that I am too happy.
There's nothing
Um,
wrong with that.
well, there was at the time.
Oh, okay.
I literally asked how I could fix what feedback. I was at a law firm at the time, and I remember getting that feedback, and I said, I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to fix that feedback,
Right.
and I'm not entirely sure I want to. And I remember my reviewer at the time, who was a dear friend and was not the person who gave me that feedback, but was the person who was like
Okay.
having to give it to me.
Mm.
And I remember he told me he gave me the best advice, and he basically said, Lauren, you're going to get feedback in your life that you can agree with and disagree with.
Yep.
And sometimes you take the subtext and understand where that person's coming from and empathize with what they're trying to do. And in this case, I think this person is coming from the old school kind of East Coast thought process of you're very gregarious and you're, very West Coast, and
Mm-hmm.
they're worried that as a woman you won't be taken seriously in the law,
Yeah.
and they're trying to protect you. And I was like, you know what? I love that reframe. That's what we're going to go with.
Yep.
And I'm still going to be my brand of happy in law. And it served me very well. But I appreciated that partner sitting down with me. And I'm still friends with him to this day.
Yeah.
Reframing that for me. Because I remember at the time really struggling with my identity. Like, do I shape myself the way that this law firm wants me to be? Or do I stay true to who I am as a lawyer and who they hired me to be, by the way?
Right.
Like,
Right.
I was myself in my interviews. So it's like you knew who I was when you hired me.
Right.
Like,
Exactly. I'm gonna be the same person. Hello.
hello. I was like the same happy SoCal girl when you hired me.
Yep.
And ultimately, this brand of mine has made me like internationally renowned for
Yep.
my brand of compliance and privacy. So it's funny how things turn out, but I shout out to Charles Luband, who was the partner who reframed that for me and like gave me that feedback as like he was very kind in trying to give me very challenging feedback in the best way possible. He was very generous, and I appreciate that very much to this day.
I feel like people can give other people critique and criticism, but I feel like it's important where it's coming from, like the source. Like if you
Yes.
know it's somebody like you're near there, like you're really close to, like you'll take it for a grain of salt more than a random stranger because you know it's a person who really cares about you.
Yes. Yes. And especially it's like, what is the intention,
Man.
right? Like, especially because when I got that feedback, my work product was perfect.
Yep.
I was the highest biller in my class.
Yep.
Like there was nothing like substantive to say.
Right.
So I'm like, if the worst thing you can say about me is I'm too happy, like, okay.
Okay. I'm gonna
Like,
keep doing my thing. Yep. Carry on. Oh man, I think it needs to be more people like you in the world. So
oh, you're so kind.
no, because there's so much negativity and hate in this world. Like we need more positive energy, more happiness. So
Oh. Well, I think you bring that.
Oh, yeah. I hear it often. Oh, man. I definitely appreciate the compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, we're two peas in a pod.
Yes, absolutely.
Literally in a pod. Because
Yes.
we're in a pod.
Yep. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. So, your next question is, after your health scare, what belief about strength did you have to unlearn?
I used to think that strength was all about capacity and endurance and how much you could have and carry and what you could accomplish. Um, for me at a law firm, that was the number of billable hours I
Yeah.
could do. And again, I was the top biller in my class, right? Like out of San Francisco. It for me it was the late nights with my kids. It was the look at me doing this, look at me doing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean to be braggadocious about it.
Right.
It just I thought that's what that was. And I think social media tells us that's what it's supposed to be, right? That's what we've all kind of been sold as
Yeah.
that's strength is carrying it all and not complaining, carrying it all with a smile
Yep.
and like looking good while doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
After my pulmonary embolism, when I literally was in a wheelchair for 9 months, when I literally couldn't read Snow White to my then 3-year-old and had to relearn how to walk, the former professional ballerina having to relearn how to walk,
Mm-hmm.
the former internationally known lawyer having to relearn how to read. I was very humbled.
Right.
I'll be honest. I still am humbled
Yep.
by it. Um, I I think I started to realize how ableist I was
Mm-hmm.
in my understanding of capacity. How ableist I still am sometimes, even now in my recovery,
Right.
where I'm like, "Oh, look at me, I'm feeling better, so I'm doing all these things." And I'm like, "Wait, Lauren, no. You still need to be doing your PT and your OT, and you still need to be resting because you have chronic fatigue syndrome and you haven't napped today.
Right.
Like, it's bad. Like, you're overdoing it, right?"
Right.
Um, and I'm realizing that I keep falling into the same traps, even though I've thought I've learned my lesson.
Right.
Um, because it's a habit. And this is where we get back to that system flaw.
Yes.
The system has trained me to believe that strength is all of these things.
Right.
I have to unlearn this conditioning and relearn that for me, strength is getting to play with my children again.
Right.
Strength is getting my OT and my PT done because some days that's all I can do. And if I get that done, that's amazing because there were days where I couldn't get out of bed. There were days when literally I slept all day. And that's okay because that's what my brain needed that day.
Right.
And so I think for me, I really I'm still struggling with that definition, not to define it, but to live it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I'm aspiring to do better.
that's all you can do. Like I said earlier, it's one day at a time, one step at a time. You're not going to get
Yeah.
to your goal all at one time. You got to go through the journey, the process. So many people want to skip the whole process of the journey, just get to their goal. Like, no, you have to go through the tribulations. You got to go through the bad times to get to the good times. It's necessary.
It's true. It's so true.
Yeah.
And I will say that, I am so blessed to have been treated by the therapist at Stanford
Yeah.
here in the Bay Area.
Yep.
They have the most amazing vestibular therapists for occupational and physical therapy. And shout out to them because they helped me relearn how to walk, relearn how to type, relearn how to do all these things. So shout out to Stanford Occupational Physical Therapy. It I would not be again where I am today without the care and treatment that I received from them.
Right.
And like I'm still working on getting better, and then I like have to go back for like the second round so that I can even keep improving.
Right.
Which is crazy to think about, that I'm still not there.
Right.
Like I'm still on my journey of recovery. It's wild.
Right. I feel like God's not done with you yet. I think He has more work for you to do inside and out. Definitely.
Yeah. Which I'm grateful for. This has been a season of gratitude for sure. One that I would not have planned for. There's been so many silver linings that I've seen. I've talked to I had the most amazing therapist, mental health therapist.
Right.
She's seen me through 3 postpartum depressions. And she's seen me through this as well. She's just incredible, most incredible lady. Her name is Jackie Silber.
Yep.
Jackie, I love you.
Shout out to Jackie.
She's the Jewish grandmother I've never had, and like I just adore her so much. Every week she's just like, Lauren, you seem so much healthier. And every week we talk about gratitude. And because it's like, I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful
Right.
for this second chance. I'm so grateful for improving, for being able to talk to you, for being able to share this message.
Right.
It's like the gratitude just doesn't it?
Nope. It never does.
It's amazing.
I think often people's mistakes is, which is nothing wrong, you always want more in life. Of course, you want to live a better life. You want to have a better job. You want to make more money, house, and things of that nature. But you don't appreciate what you have in the moment. And I think that's what a lot of people forget. Appreciate what you have right now.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you the things I was thinking about as I was in the ER with my pulmonary embolism. The only thing I was thinking about was that the last kiss I gave to my 3 kids?
Yep.
That was the only thing I was thinking about. And a little bit of work. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
There was a little work in there too.
Yep.
Because we were in the middle of an ISO certification and I was like, oh God, who's going to do the ISO cert? Like, I won't lie.
Right.
But that again is so wrong. Like, why was I thinking about work?
That's because that's what your mind is trained. Your body's trained to do. You're used to being on the go. Work, work, work. And now it's like God sat you down like, okay, it's like a reset. It's like, I know this is what you used to do, what you want to do, but I gotta sit you down, slow you down. Is there anything else you want to do?
It's true.
Yep.
No, it's true. I needed that reset for sure.
Absolutely.
He did it a very thorough job, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. He's going to get his message across one way or another.
Message received.
Absolutely. I think he's smiling like, good, my child. You've learned.
We've learned.
Yes. Absolutely. So, your next topic is, you've been open about growing up with an alcoholic father. How did that shape the way you think about control, safety, or responsibility as a leader and parent?
Yeah. I mean, I'll be really honest. I actually didn't even want to become a parent because of my dad. Yeah. I remember the first date with my husband. Kind of awkward. Literally said, I don't want to get married, don't want to have kids, don't want anything. This is just fun. And he was like, wow, those are all deal breakers for me. And I was like, okay, cool, take it or leave it.
Right.
And obviously he was fine with it
Right.
because we're still together.
Yeah,
but, like,
absolutely.
And he obviously broke down my walls
Yep.
over time. And I always knew that that was a deal breaker for him. I was terrified of perpetuating the cycle of alcohol because in my family, it tends to skip every generation. And so I knew my children would be at very high risk for alcoholism.
Right.
And that I don't even have words for how much that scared me.
Right.
And so I will say that had I not met my husband, who is the most amazing father, who barely drinks, by the way,
Right.
who will set the perfect example for my children, I don't know that I would have had children.
Right.
Like, it took meeting him to create a mindset where I was like, I am in a safe space to have children. But I will say I almost died having my first child.
Oh.
And so it's a miracle we had more than one.
Okay.
But that's a whole different story for a whole nother day.
Okay. I understand.
But she and I are both fine after that. And you know, she's off on a retreat right now with him. And but you know, I'm so grateful for my children and I am so obsessed with them in a healthy way.
Okay.
But they are truly the most beautiful blessings in the world. And I'm so grateful for them. And I'm so grateful to my husband that he convinced me that having children was like something we wanted. And I now can't imagine my life without them.
Right.
So we turned that good corner, right?
Yep.
From a leadership perspective, though, let me finish up on family, though, before I go on.
Okay.
I will say, so my mom lives with us. And from a disciplinary perspective, my mom is probably the harshest disciplinarian in our household. And I think a lot of that is remnants from growing up with an alcoholic father.
Right.
I think some of that is also an 80s disciplinarian style.
Yeah.
That like all of us were kind of victim of. I think that is still very much there from like that generation. I think all of us millennial parents, or you know, if you consider yourself Gen X, whichever. I'm a geriatric millennial, so I love that phrase, by the way.
Okay.
Well, I'm 82, girl, so like, you know,
I'm 85, so.
Oh, so you're a geriatric millennial too.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
So my husband's Gen X.
Yep.
So because he's 78.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So but like our generation is, you know, we're very different in our parenting style. Like I apologize to my children when I feel like I made a mistake.
Right.
I have no qualms with that.
Yep.
If I've done something wrong, why wouldn't I apologize?
Absolutely.
Like that makes sense. We expect them to apologize when they do something wrong. Why shouldn't I apologize? My dad would have gone to his grave before he apologized to me. Like, I mean, I shouldn't say that because he is in fact dead. But like,
right.
And and I should also say that we made amends before his passing, and it was he was very sincere in his regret
Right.
of the abuse and what I went through. But at the end of the day, a lot of how I parent is because I never want to be the type of parent that my dad was.
Right.
I don't mind being the type of parent my mom was because my mom was amazing.
Right.
I'm a little softer than she is
Mm.
because she's still that disciplinarian that we all were kind of forced to be under.
Yep.
So I'm still a little softer. I'm still millennial.
Yep.
But I'm like that hardcore authority. I'm always right. You're always wrong. Like any kind of corporal punishment, absolutely not.
No.
Like that, no. Like none of that. So, and like the control stuff, like I believe that, I mean, digital freedom is something that is different. Like I'm, especially as a privacy attorney, like
Right.
a lot of talks about digital privacy, a lot of talks about consent, a lot of talks about digital consent, a lot of talks about what those things mean starting at 3. Like my youngest is 4 right now.
Right.
We've been talking about this stuff since they were young. Like you can always hug or high five. You don't have to hug people you don't want to. Like that is always clear. You know, like consent is huge in my household. And you know, all those things. From a leadership perspective, I brought that in because, you know, again, that authority that I'm the leader, so I'm
Yeah.
always right.
Yep.
I'm going to just charge in and do what I want. I think as a woman, that never would have worked for me. Like I would have been
Right.
labeled the capital letter B so fast that like, you know, it never would have worked, especially because I'm 6 feet tall. So you tack on my height, my, you know, then a domineering personality, like it never would have worked.
Right.
But I think that, and a lawyer to top it off, like good God,
Ooh.
like it, yeah, no, it never would have worked.
Right.
But I personally find combining a bit of feminine energy with intelligent comment gets me what I want a lot faster
Right.
than kind of being saucy.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't say that to be diminutive. Like, I certainly don't play the damsel in distress. I did in my 20s a lot.
Right.
But like, in leadership, I just find that like, if I'm just myself and I'm my authentic self, which is very girly, and I mean, for goodness sake, I'm wearing a jeweled headband
I
and a
saw
jeweled
that.
sweater. Like, I mean, I'm a very girly person.
Okay.
It's, and that's very stereotypical girly, so I hope that doesn't offend any of your listeners, but that's just, if we go by stereotypes, like I'm just very stereotypical heterosexual girly.
Okay.
It's, I have found that has served me very well to bring that feminine energy along with my very acute knowledge, and then just kind of sell that as my brand with my happiness, and just that is the antithesis of my dad.
Yes.
And I literally had to cultivate that intentionally.
Right.
Because I saw my dad and I saw his weak character, like everything was, he was a victim of everything. Everyone picked on him. He was always like, this person is doing this to me, and and I was like, the world isn't that negative. They don't care about you.
Right.
I'm sorry, you're not that important. Like,
Dang.
and I'm sorry, like even as a teenager, like I realized this and I realized I'm not that important, right? Like,
Right.
and so I kind of flipped the script and just realized I needed to reframe the negativity. And I think that's why I'm so positive is because why be negative in a world where you can choose positivity?
Right. Absolutely.
It's so much easier.
It is.
It really is. And it will make you feel better. Because if you're constantly negative and constantly looking at the worst case scenario, the worst of intentions in everyone around you,
Yep.
you will never get out of that cycle.
Nope.
But if you're always kind of like, hey, that sucked, but you know what? I bet that person has, you get cut off on the road. I bet that person is somewhere they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know, it takes work. I won't lie. There was a time I would have leaned on my horn.
Yep. Some reason I believe that. I believe it.
Right? Like, why not now? Just be like, they must have somewhere they really need to be.
Yeah. I
And
always,
it's okay.
I always say when you're out on the road, like wherever you're trying to get to, we're all trying to get somewhere. Just get there safely.
Just get there.
Yes.
And if that person needs to get there faster, that's okay.
Go for it. I'm getting where I gotta
That's
get
okay.
to. I don't know what you're doing.
That's okay. And so I think that's my same in leadership, right? Like I had to choose positivity. I had to choose my personality that I wanted. And I chose that to be this positive kind of antithesis of my father.
Right.
And it served me so well and I'm so much happier for it. And I think I've created such amazing relationships along the way. Whereas if I had stayed that toxic, argumentative person,
Right.
I would just be a miserable person today.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Hey, you definitely turned out for the better. So
I hope so.
nah, I know so. Trust me. I know so. So at this point in my pod, I always turn it over to my guests. You can ask me any question that you want.
What made you wear your shirt today?
Oh man. You know, it was just an undershirt I wore for under my clothes for work. And I like purple, one of my favorite colors. But my main favorite is baby blue. But I like to wear clothes with like designs on it and stuff like that. I like to wear very like out there clothes. I like to wear different stuff that nobody else wears. Bright
I love that.
colors, graphic clothes, bright shoes, design, all that type of stuff.
I love that.
Yeah, so I always dare to be outside the box as far as possible from anybody else.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
My oldest daughter's favorite color is purple, also.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, I always dare to be different. Different as possible.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, what would you say makes you the most different?
Oh man. Well, my sister said it to me about a week and a half ago. And it's something I've heard in the past before, but it's something she said it and it's like, darn, I actually do have this. She said the gift of gab.
You do.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
I see it.
Yeah, the gift of gab. I've really sat there for a few minutes like, you know what? You're right.
That's a gift. That is a true gift.
Yep.
Very few people have it.
Right. Yeah, I'm like, I'm just being myself every day.
That's amazing.
Yep. Absolutely. So
I love it.
you have any other questions?
If you could interview anyone for your pod, alive or dead, who would it be?
Oh
Has
man.
someone really asked you that?
No. 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 Wait a minute. Ooh. Oh wow.
I know who I would ask.
Um,
Although I don't have a pod, but like,
I can see you doing one in the future.
oh, you're so sweet. No, I don't think I would. I think my bandwidth is too small and I have to respect my boundaries.
Okay. To answer your
But we can
question,
partner on one.
huh?
I said we can partner on one.
Well, you gotta let me know. I'm down for networking and doing that stuff. I'm serious. You gotta let me know.
Okay.
You gotta let me know. Absolutely. So to answer your question, because I looked up to him while I was younger, it's my favorite athlete. Damn. Well, it's two people: Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson.
Oh, I love those.
Yep.
Okay, and I also love that Michael Jackson is getting vindicated right now
Yes.
with the Epstein files. It's like,
Yep.
hallelujah.
Yep.
We knew it wasn't true.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. But
amazing. Amazing.
definitely those two people. Yes.
Oh, so mine would have been so I'm a lawyer,
Okay.
so I'm kind of a nerd and I love history. And even though it's a little controversial because I don't like some of the aspects of him, especially with the slave owning past, but Thomas Jefferson, because he wrote the Declaration of Independence. And I would have
Okay.
loved to like talk to him about like phraseology and like law and like some of the states' rights
Yep.
and things like that. But a little controversial because I obviously don't like that he was a slave owner.
Yeah.
That's awful. And like we would have definitely had to have words about not owning people. Like, because
Yeah.
not good.
No.
Um,
Nope.
like,
Yeah.
but you know, I mean, he would be an incredible person. And then I would love to also there's a very famous ballerina, Pavlova, that I would love to have interviewed.
Okay.
Yeah.
That totally makes sense since you was a ballerina, so
Yeah.
yeah.
She was incredible.
Okay.
Like she was like a prima ballerina.
So is that what inspired you to be one?
No, my mom put me in ballet when I was 2.5.
Okay.
Because she knew I'd be super tall.
Right.
And I just fell in love with the discipline of ballet.
Right.
And then I'll be really honest, I also used it as an escape to get away from my dad. And
Okay.
because I was constantly dancing and he couldn't get to me when I was dancing. And then
Right.
as I got better, I was gone. So, you know, by the time I was this height at 14,
Right.
I was 6 feet
Oh.
at 14.
Wow.
Which is very tall for a ballerina. So I was
Okay.
a little too tall.
Yeah.
But I was lucky enough to be at a company where they would let me dance with them. And so I was dancing every day.
Yep.
And so it got me out of the house. I was performing in Swan Lake and Nutcracker and like all of these things and with a professional company. And it was incredible. And so Pavlova was definitely it. But watching Mikhail Baryshnikov's Nutcracker was like the pinnacle of my like dreams as a small child with Gelsey Kirkland and
Okay.
Mikhail Baryshnikov. Like I just showed my kids that version this
Yep.
year. And they were like, why is the video so grainy? And I'm like, because it's from the 70s.
It's
like,
old. Come on now.
it's actually from the 80s, I think. But
Yeah.
like, so it's really old. They didn't have like HG and like all this amazing technology.
Yeah, we didn't have that back then. You kids are lucky now. You got all the good stuff.
I was like, do you realize mommy barely had email when she went to college? Like, she's old.
You're only a couple years older than me, so.
Yeah, but I like literally got like my first email was a Hotmail email.
Oh, we going back.
I still have that email actually.
Okay.
I still use it. It's like
Okay.
my junk mail email that I like send things when I like don't want like to get it in my like regular email.
Right.
You have one of those?
Oh, a long time ago. Now I just have Gmail.
Yeah, but Gmail fills up so fast, you
It does,
know?
unfortunately. It's like, oh my lord.
I know. I actually I tried to like write an article about that, about how like there all of the like all of these like freemium options are now flipping over and like whatever, but unfortunately it didn't get picked up by like the papers I like sent it to,
Right.
but yeah, they're all so expensive now. Like if you want to switch. So what do you do? What's your strategy? Do you just get a new email address and then like forward it all, or what do you do?
So I get rid of all my older emails, like from years back, that like things, information
Mhm.
I don't need anymore. I just get rid of them. Also, I created a backup email as well now too. So, yep.
I started doing that, but I feel so sad. It's like memories, you know? Like
Yeah.
sometimes, and it's like I came across some emails from like my grandpa and I was like, "Oh, I don't want to delete those." It's like cuz my grandpa just passed like a year and a half ago and I'm like, "Oh,
I want to
you know."
stay. I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind. Yeah, he was the last grandparent on both of our sides.
Okay.
So, but thank you. That's very kind. But impressive that he still used email at his age because he was very old.
Hey, he was in the he's still in the know. So,
Yeah, he was closing deals in his 90s.
see,
Like he
yep.
was, yeah. I aspire to be his age and still as with it as he was. He was a very good businessman.
I can definitely see you being that. Definitely.
You're
Absolutely.
very-
Absolutely. And it's funny we're the same height too.
Oh, are you 6 foot?
Yup.
Oh, that's crazy. So
Yeah.
my husband's 6'2",
See?
and so our kids are gonna be, like, epically tall.
Yep. Absolutely. They're gonna fall in that range somewhere.
Although they have the Chinese genes in there, so, like, I
Yeah.
don't know, like, that may even them out a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I said. They'll fall in that range somewhere.
Yeah. I'm, like, hoping they stop at, like, 5'10", because like, 6 foot is, like, a little tall for a girl, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. I love being 6 foot. It
Yup.
has served me well,
Yeah.
but, like, you know, it's a little tall.
It's all right. Your eye level.
I know. And especially like, okay, can I give a sports shout out? Is that allowed?
Yeah. Go.
Okay.
Yep.
SF Valkyries. Go Valks! I'm even wearing their color.
Okay.
They're the WNBA team for the Bay Area.
Oh, I know who
They're
that is.
violet.
Yep.
Oh, we are huge fans.
Yep.
We are season ticket
Yep.
holders. Veronica Burton is our absolute favorite. Go VB.
Okay.
It's she went to Northwestern, which is where my husband and I met.
Right.
But I have told my girls if they would stop dancing and just play a little bit of basketball.
They might be on the
Just a
court.
little bit,
Yep. They might be on the court.
right? Like I'm like, just do a little shooting here and there. And my husband's like obsessed with basketball. And so I'm like, could you just do a little like
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, no, we just want to dance. And I'm like, I feel like this is my fault. And I'm both proud, but also I'm like,
They're following mommy's footsteps. Well,
but go Valks.
there you go. Yeah, man. I love
No, I
sports.
can't wait for the season to start. I'm so excited.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah. Are you a WNBA fan?
I do like it. It's definitely come a long way. I just hope they're able to figure out the negotiations with the money and stuff like that. That's the big thing right now. They gotta figure that out.
I
They
know.
gotta
I'm like
figure it out.
dying.
Yep.
I'm dying because I think the time, like the limit is like the time, the deadline is soon.
Yeah, they have the whole Unrivals League thing that they do during the summer.
Which is so cool.
Yep. But yeah, they definitely gotta figure it out, man. The league has been around for a while, so and it's popular. Caitlin Clark and all them, man. It's definitely going in the right direction. They just gotta negotiate the money situation.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the Bay Area, like, they're a phenomenon. Like, people are obsessed. Every time I wear Valkyrie's gear, I get stopped in the streets. People are like, oh my God, I'm obsessed, or oh, I wish I had gone to the games. So I definitely feel like they should get paid more.
Right.
Because they're worth it. They bring in so much money, and I don't know what the atmosphere is like elsewhere because I haven't been to a game in other stadiums.
Yep.
But here at the Chase Center, it is a party. It is so fun, and it is like, oh my gosh. Wait, where are you based, Des?
I'm in Jersey.
Oh, it's so late for you. I'm so sorry.
No, it's
Oh
the
my
weekend.
gosh.
I intentionally did it, the podcast, late because I had another one 2 hours before you. So,
Okay.
a gap space.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that makes me feel a little better. But Des,
Yes.
so awesome. If you are in the Bay Area, you
Yep.
gotta tell me. We have a third ticket. I
Oh,
will bring you as my guest.
okay.
We have courtside seats.
Yep.
They're amazing.
Okay.
Like, and we're right behind the visitors section, so we get to see all of the teams that come in, which is such a blessing. Like, we get to see such amazing players come through.
Yep.
Like, I mean, I would love to sit behind our team, obviously, but it's so cool to get to see the other players come through.
Right.
And I love my section 5.
There you go.
And like, it's so fun. Like, it's like such a party. Like, we even have a text chat group. Like, that's
Okay.
how tight we are.
Nice.
Like, amazing.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I come through for sure. I'm like, where's Miss
Better.
Wu?
If you're in the Bay Area, you better during the season.
Absolutely. I'm like, Lauren, remember a few months ago?
Hey, I'm serious, Des. I will hook you up.
I believe it.
I'm serious.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for that for sure.
We'll make it happen. It's so much fun. There is a game against the Liberty, coming up.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay. I have to keep that in mind. Absolutely. So,
I mean, I know it's New York and not Jersey, but
it's all good. I'll root for y'all, so it's all good. Definitely. So, I want to say before we end the episode, is there any last words you'd like to leave, and would you like to share your social media handles as well?
Oh yeah, so I am at Instagram HeartledLauren. And I'm on LinkedIn at Lauren Foster Wu. My last words are oh gosh. Just not every room deserves your leadership. And not every company deserves you. Be yourself. Be your authentic and true self. Lead with empathy and humanity. Because only then can you truly be you, and only then can you fully embrace the leadership and the leader that you are meant to be. And lead with heart always.
I love it. I love it. So, I want to say once again, Lauren, thank you so much for accepting my invitation to come on the podcast. I truly appreciate it.
It was a pleasure. Oh my gosh, I had the best time.
I'm glad to hear that. And if you want to collab in the future, just let me know. We can.
So much fun. Definitely.
Absolutely. So I did follow you on IG as well, too. So.
Cool. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. So I want to say have a good night. Enjoy your weekend, okay?
Oh, you too.
All right, you take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.